my boy Nolan Smith Jr. God, you can take the player out to Georgia, but you can't take the Georgia
Can't
tactics out the
take
player. But come on, man.
what are you thinking?
Come on, man.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Den. No credentials, just opinions. Today is myself. I'm Montana. What's going on? And we're here with my boy PDG, Garrett, G Money. No Stivey today, but it's all good. It's all good. I'll say, Pete, what we getting into today? What we feeling?
It's been a nice rainy Memorial Day. Had the day off. It's always a good day.
There it is.
Everything's been good, man. It's been good. Glad to be here with you, Montana.
I'm glad to have you here, my guy. I'll say, like you said, it is Memorial Day. Shouts out to all those celebrate Memorial Day. We appreciate everybody for doing their thing. Today we are going to get into some football rumors. Roland Garros, aka the French Open for our tennis fans out there. A little bit NBA and just a little bit of all of it. I'll say we're going to kind of touch a little bit of a few things today. But of course, we got to start with football.
Yes, sir.
Get to the NFL. Once again, we have to bring it back up because we are getting oddly close to June 1st, and no one else wants to stop talking about it. A.J. Brown and this trade. Pete,
yes, sir.
First, is he actually going to get traded? Be honest.
99% chance.
99% sure?
Yeah.
Is that because he wants to leave or like what's up?
The internet's going to tell you it's because Jalen Hurts did not go to his wedding a couple weekends ago.
Okay.
Jalen Hurts has not been to the wedding.
Did he get invited?
I don't think he got invited. I think they said, now this is just me reading TMZ type news, they can't trust this kind of stuff, but they said the only NFL player I think that went to the wedding was Julio Jones out of everybody.
Wow.
So yeah, they did play a season together a couple of seasons back. Julio did his retirement run towards Philadelphia for a year, but I don't know their relationship that well, but Jalen Hurts did not go to the wedding, so of course the media wanted to pull that up. The more what's the word I'm looking for? The more suspectable news, I guess, or the more red-handed that he's not going to be on the team is because Jalen has been practicing with the receivers. Mekhi Lemons in rookie training camp, so Jalen and Mekhi have not been on the field together since he's been doing rookie stuff. But he has brought Dontavian Wicks, Devonta Smith, Elijah Moore. They've been working out on private areas and private facilities, I should say. Don't misquote me there. And A.J. Brown has not been in attendance. He has not been at the private workouts. So, and there's also, I think it was a credible report that A.J. Brown was looking at places in Boston area.
He's already looking in Boston.
Yeah, but as Howie loves it, the trade market's heating up. The Jags look like they're back in. I was reading some more reports about that. I think the Rams are out. Yeah, I think the Rams are going to be out at this point, but they were a name at one point. They may come back with an offer on the table once they see what the market is actually going to be for him. Fair. I think the Bills are going to be out now since they got DJ Moore, but Bills were a team. The Jags is interesting, though. They got some money to spend, I feel like.
I mean, they got a little money to spend. I can't think of who their other big receiver is, but Travis Hunter's going to be playing more corner, less receiver.
Brian Thomas Jr., Ohio State rookie 2 years ago, second-year player last year, but regressed heavily. He was pretty good as a rookie.
Good. So he had good stuff coming out of college, but I don't remember much from last year.
He had a really good rookie year, to be honest. He did well for me in fantasy for sure, but then regressed a lot last year.
I mean, give Trevor Lawrence A.J. Brown. That could be a pretty solid.
Honestly, Trevor Lawrence is a solid QB. I feel like
he really is. Honestly, I love what he did last year. Everybody he's always going to be underneath the microscope, but I feel like he really did show out last year. I don't know what their schedule like if they had easy games or how it all plays out, but he's going to be a good quarterback for the next year. I don't know about A.J. Brown going to the Jags, but another AFC team who was having some receiver issues, if you can call it that, the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Rashee Rice violated probation, so potentially the league might suspend him again this year. He already did 6 games or something last year. Chiefs sneak in and try to get A.J. Brown.
That was another thing that I saw in a report. Again, I don't know how much I can trust some of these, online social media rumors, but supposedly A.J. Brown did give Philly a wish list of teams that he wanted to go to. Okay. On that wish list was the Bills, the Patriots, the Chiefs, and the Rams, if I'm not mistaken. There might be one more team I forgot, but he didn't list the Chiefs on there. I do believe that in that same report, they said that Howie reached out to Kansas City in the offseason to talk about an A.J. Brown trade, and they weren't really wanting to play with the numbers Howie was seeing there. But they could be another team in the market. I feel like after June 1st hits and teams are actually ready to sign a deal, make a trade happen,
Yeah.
And you know how he's gonna, hey, they're giving me this. What can you give me? I think
He's
that's when it's going to really start heating up when the teams know what they have to give up to get him. I don't think any team wanted to give up too much too early at this point.
That's smart. I'll say, don't show your hand if you don't have to. So
But yeah,
that's fair.
Rasheed Rice, I could see Kansas City making a play for it. And the little stat I saw, Rasheed Rice is going to be spending more days in jail than he has played games in the NFL. So that's never a good start in an early career that you spend more days behind
For
bars
a
and on the field on
talented
Sunday.
receiver, never a good
Hmm.
start. That was very, very true.
Yeah,
Not a good
yeah,
start.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll say, so is he, I think he is what, currently doing his 30 days or whatever it is?
Yeah, I think so. I think he has to spend 30 days behind the bars. I don't think he could have paid his way out for this one. I don't think. I don't know the whole details, but they did say 30-day, in the
Yeah,
box. You know what I mean?
dude,
Talk,
that
got to do your time on that.
hater for my
What was it
guy.
this time? Was it a little possession charge, Montana? What was it this time? I can't
It
remember.
was a violation of his probation. What does that
Okay.
mean? I don't know exactly.
Yeah,
I probably
yeah,
don't have the full details.
yeah.
But what he was on probation for what?
I think it was a little bit of possession, a little bit of something that might be legal in some parts of this country,
Right?
illegal in some other parts. So it's one of those little gray areas. We ain't gonna get into that on this podcast, I don't think, Montana. But it's one of those little things.
The next podcast.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So is that what it was? That's what he
I
originally got
think so.
kind
I
of
could be
suspended
wrong. I
for?
could be wrong on that. Don't
So
quote me.
so I wonder now is like, I know like that's the legal side of it. So like now does the NFL actually come back in?
Right, right. I think the NFL has grounds to come in and give them a suspension, or I don't think it'll be a fine. I think it would just be a suspension of games for conduct policy type stuff. But
Gotcha.
that's up to them at this point now, how they see fit
Fair.
on that.
Dude, if he doesn't get at least 4 games, I'm gonna be pissed. Zeke got a 4-game suspension for having a good time, and
And yeah, that's true. That's true.
no
That's true. That's
nobody
true.
was hurt. No,
Hey,
uh,
not to sidetrack here, Montana, but talking about players getting in trouble with the law, and this ain't even on your cheat sheet, and I shouldn't even bring it up. My boy Nolan Smith Jr. God, you can take the player out to Georgia, but you can't take the Georgia
can't
tactics out the
take
player. That man got caught speeding 137 and a 70, I think. Yeah, you're on
bro.
the highway, but come on, man.
What are you thinking? Like,
Come
what?
on, man.
Yeah,
Got
I
on a
mean,
contract year.
like
It's on his contract year to get an extension.
you gotta make your money first, then be crazy.
And he's been quiet too. He ain't never had any off the field issues. He doesn't have any, player discipline things on the field.
Nothing
Doesn't
coming out
get
of college.
nothing. He was clean, squeaky clean
Alright,
coming out of college and coming out of Georgia too. You know them Georgia
exa
Bulldogs, son. They
exactly.
love to drive fast, don't they? They love to drive fast. I ain't gonna say nothing more than that. But gosh,
All
he
speed in
got.
place.
But yeah, I can't believe Nolan Smith on that. And like I said, he's always had a good personality in the media and interviews and stuff. So I was very surprised when I saw that.
Right
Very
on.
disappointed in that. So
So,
very disappointed.
alright, so since you brought it up, is there has there been any other talks of what they're gonna do with him? Do we know?
No, they haven't. This is his year, I believe, to get extended if he wants to. I think he's going to be a free agent after this year, but they can always do the franchise tag type thing.
Gotcha. My
But
apologies. I was like, I honestly meaning more from like the league, like have they still
oh
been
yeah,
any
that
talk?
I think he's in the same boat. It's up to the league if they want to say something for violating a little conduct policy because you don't want to bring the league a bad rep.
Fair.
Thank goodness he did not run into anybody, crash into anything, hurt
Oof.
anybody, hurt himself. I don't think he was under any influences either. They said no alcohol or anything else in the system. My
Okay.
man, just living fast and furious, son. Sometimes you are like that, I guess, but
I mean, I
not a
guess
good
so.
look. Not a good look. So,
Not like I said, not
and
that time.
137, Nolan, come on, 137. God,
Who
man,
was
come on.
driving? Do we know what he was driving? Was it a
Don't know what it had to be something souped up,
it
son.
was
I'm
it
my
was
Ranger. I ain't been able to break triple digits in that thing, son. You got
I
to be
mean,
pushing it, son.
I'm shaking if I try to hit over 100. Jeez.
Yeah. Right now at 80 miles an hour, I'm getting a little too fast. So, anyways, point is, Nolan, I was disappointed on that.
That's understandable. Definitely understandable. Nolan there. Like I said, to be a good, like, he's had such a good career so far, so to kind of have
Yeah,
something like this kind of come out is definitely a
yeah,
little disappointing.
yeah.
Speaking of being disappointed, Pete, how do you feel about Aaron Rodgers pretty much saying this is it? This is his final year. Or I think
We've
as
heard
he said that exactly. This is
we
maybe say this is it.
Montana, we've heard this before, haven't we? We've heard this before. Just like Disneyland, I'll believe it when I see it, buddy. I'll believe it when I see it.
I'm kind of there with you. Yeah, like it's all talk. I feel like maybe he's just trying to get his teammates to buy in, like, oh, this is it, come
Yeah,
on, go. But like if that is the
yeah.
case, do you feel like the Steelers have any actual chance of making any run? I mean, they're in a tough division. They got Baltimore,
I'm
Cleveland,
gonna be honest with you,
Bengals.
Montana. I don't see a lot going for Pittsburgh. The defense ain't as stout of a steel curtain as you like to usually think about when Pittsburgh. The
They used to
offense,
be.
DK Metcalf isn't really that DK we were seeing in Seattle. The running
Kinda
back is nice,
wild card.
Jalen Warren. I like him. I might draft him late round fantasy this year. We talked fantasy on another podcast one time, but I might get Jalen Warren on the fantasy team. I don't see much happening. They're going to be competitive, I think, in the NFC North, but I don't think if the Bengals played the way the Bengals should play and the Ravens played the way the Ravens should play, the Steelers should have no shot at making playoffs. That
I'd
being
rather
said, both of
see.
those franchises could stumble.
I mean, the Bengals are definitely kind of hit or miss. The Ravens are coming in with a new head coach and kind of, I guess, maybe resetting some things. But yeah, I mean, on paper, I just feel like both of those teams are head and shoulders better. I
Yeah.
even feel like the Browns are mostly better on paper than the
That
Steelers.
defense for the Browns is legit, I think. That is a legit defense. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, we still always like to think about Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay and the way he played, and we got to be honest with ourselves, Montana. Aaron
He,
Rodgers, crazy good quarterback, crazy good arm, can make all the throws. But what made Aaron Rodgers a good threat too? He has some legs on him, didn't he?
dude, he could
He could
move. He
run.
could get
Yeah,
out of
he
the
can
pocket when
move.
he needed to.
And he has been doing that, especially at this age. Now after the Achilles a couple of years ago, however long it's been, he's not moving the way he is. So that's not a threat, I don't think. And you know, I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
Unfortunately, you and I both. Maybe they finish. I feel like best case scenario they finish second in their division. But even the AFC, like I feel like you got to
It's
win
not
a lot
enough,
of
right?
games to even make a wild card. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think it's enough. I don't. If they don't win their division, I don't think they got a chance to go in the AFC.
yeah. That's well.
So yeah,
Best of luck for old Aaron and last of the
yep.
old guard in a way. But
End of
yeah,
an era. Yeah, it would be an
it's
end of an era.
definitely the end of an era. Who is the I'll say Philip Rivers and all those guys. Yeah, definitely end of an era.
Mhm.
So you were talking about Jalen Warren in fantasy. You picked him up in
Mhm.
fantasy. I got a
Mhm.
fantasy question for you, Pete. Carolina Panthers have 2 running backs from their team.
Uh huh.
One that a few years ago could have kept dealing with some injuries. One who's been there for a while has been like their staple guy. Jonathan Brooks,
Yes, sir.
Chuba Hubbard.
Uh huh.
One has to be a fantasy sleeper, one has to be a fantasy bust. Who you
Uh
got?
huh. The sleeper has got to be Jonathan Brooks, right?
I
He
would
hasn't really got meaningful playing time. I watched him play against the Philly. What was it last year? Was it last year's game against Philly or 2 years ago when he tore the ACL again?
okay. Was it like I can't remember. I'm not sure
I
when.
think it might have been last year, but correct me in the chat over there in the comments if I'm wrong. Talking to the Panthers fans that we got, the boots on the ground is always referred to here. They are hyped up on Jonathan Brooks. Chuba Hubbard kind of lost his spot last year, for being honest, to Rico Dowdle, didn't he?
Rico,
If we're
yeah.
being honest. Now Chuba's a fan favorite. My boys got pictures with him at preseason practices and stuff.
Oh, yes.
He's a good face of the community, I think. I like him personally, but you know what you're getting with Chuba Hubbard. You know, I think you know what you're getting, and he's been in the league long enough that he's not going to surprise anybody else with a new skill set at this point.
Unfortunately for
Jonathan
him,
Brooks he was a hot prospect coming out of Texas. You know,
I wanted the Cowboys to draft him coming out of Texas.
yeah,
They Panthers stole him in the 4th round.
yeah, I thought he was a good prospect coming out of Texas. He tore his ACL at college too, didn't he? If I'm not mistaken.
So I think
And
that's why
so
he dropped
this
a little bit.
Right. Second ACL tour in his career already that I know of. I mean, I don't know. He might have had some more injuries, but yeah, I don't want to see the young players like that get hurt and not really get to pan out on the field and see what they got first. So
Sure. There
I
you go.
hope he gets some good playing time. You see, I'm an Eagles fan and on my gear, but I'm a hometown North Carolinian. I want to see the Panthers do well, at the end of the day. So
For
I
sure.
want my seeing Jonathan Brooks stepping up, being that sleeper, coming into the starting role hopefully, and letting Carolina feel better about moving on from Chuba Hubbard here in the next couple of years, if not
That's
this
fair.
year.
All right. So you did answer it and said Jonathan Brooks going to be more the sleeper. You didn't necessarily say it
In fan
verbatim.
in fantasy, we're still picking Chuba above Jonathan Brooks. I feel like I think he got to right.
So
He's getting.
so
I think he got to.
you're
If
taking
we're
Hubbard for Brooks?
well in a dynasty for those dynasty fiends out there, obviously you got to go Jonathan Brooks. I think, but I think if we're talking about just fantasy this year. I mean, you can sleep on Jonathan Brooks, but I think the average draft position, the ADP, as people like to refer to it, Chuba's
Gotcha.
going higher. I think right. Chuba's got to be he's the guy right now until he proves he's lost the job this year because
Ooh.
Rico's out.
Rico's gone.
Rico's out.
Dang.
So yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I might be wrong on that. My
Remember
Carolina,
that. Remember
yeah,
that.
yeah. I might be wrong on that, but yeah, I would like to see Jonathan Brooks step up and be that guy. I think he's got some good potential if he's not getting hurt.
I truly do as well. Honestly, if Jonathan Brooks can be the running back, I think he can be like a better version of Rico Dowdle in a sense. Yeah, that could be fantastic for the Panthers and just that whole organization. Good young core piece to add to the rest of that. Could be nice for him. That would be really nice. Oh, like you said, I'm a Cowboys fan. Let's go to number 4. I want to see the hometown do well. Always want to see the hometown. Speaking of number 4, according to some polls in the NFC East, Brian Schottenheimer is at the bottom of the coaches list. This is like, I am a homer. We know this, but this is preposterous. I get it. All the 3 coaches in that division have been to a Super Bowl. That's fair. Dan Quinn, good job. Harbaugh, I think, won one, 15 years ago. Sirianni obviously won one, maybe 2, whatever. He's been to some Super Bowls. That's great. That's fantastic. Schottenheimer's only a second-year coach. You mean to tell me that he is still behind John Harbaugh, who got, I will say, fired. He got fired, go. He publicly got fired from his last job after having an amazingly talented team and coming up short for the last several years. And then we have Dan Quinn, who coaches the Commanders, has been the worst team in the division for the past couple of years. His last good time as a coach was when he was with the Dallas Cowboys. So when he was in the Super Bowl, he freaking had the worst Super Bowl comeback loss in history. So you're telling me that Brian Schottenheimer, and I'm not even going to argue for Nick Sirianni. I'm not going to argue that Brian Schottenheimer is better than Nick Sirianni. I would love to.
Better not.
I'm not going to down that hill today.
Yeah. Don't die on that hill.
There is no way Schottenheimer.
Dan Quinn, right?
He's got to be better than DQ.
Yeah.
And Harbaugh coming into a new division, that's a push at least.
I think John Harbaugh has got the name. He's got the legacy. He's been in the league for 20-something years, right? Over that, maybe.
Yes.
And he's done good in the league, don't get me wrong. But from a recency bias, that's what I'll say. I might put Harbaugh over Nick Sirianni right now if you're talking about just scope of the career, because he's done a lot. But if you're talking about what he's done for me lately, I know you're going down this hill. We're not doing it. But Nick, say what you want to about him. Say what you want to about him. People love him. People hate him. The man wins games. His team wins games. He's been to 2 Super Bowls, won one of them. The man's always going to the playoffs. Say what you want to about it. So you can say it's his cast around him. It's the coordinators he's had. It's the players he's been given. You can say it's how he's setting him up with the GM status. All that but the point is he's still the head coach who's been there.
That's why I'm not
I know I had to just say that. I had to just Nick, if you're out there, I got you back, Nick. But Schottenheimer, he's got to be better than Dan Quinn. I feel like, right?
I think.
Even recency bias, what has Harbaugh done lately besides, fall below the standard in Baltimore, right?
Well below the standard.
Come up short in the past few seasons from what they had on the field. At least Schottenheimer's, it's Dallas. We talked about it before. It's that Dallas Cowboys syndrome. You don't know what it is, but, they had a top 10 offense, right? They had a very good offensive stats.
Top 10. We were the number 2 offense last year.
Top 5. I didn't want to say it.
We were number 1 until the last week or 2.
They've been doing their thing, all right? I hate to say it.
And we won 7 games. Who was it? I think Bart said it. Bart Lombardi said it. We won 7 games last year with the worst defense in the league.
Yeah, there were some shootouts, weren't they? Weren't they putting up some 30, 40-point games?
We lost 4 games by 1 score. So if you mean it, if our defense can be not the worst defense and maybe 25 and we win, we don't lose those 4 games by 1 score off of 1 crazy blown play.
And I don't have it pulled up or anything. But I'm just based off memory, which ain't the best for me, to be honest with you boys. But weren't some of those losses they had? It was 30-point games from both teams, right? I was going to say, if your offense puts up 30+ points, y'all get the win. Defense got to step up at some point.
You would think so. See, that was the problem. Our offense easily could score 31, but our defense could easily give up 32. That was the problem. Golly, the defense was tough. It's all good. We're going to turn it around next year. Why? Partially because of our great leadership and our coach Brian Schottenheimer and the other coaches we brought in. But man, I was a little upset. I was a little hurt by that.
I'm surprised by. I didn't see it, but I'm surprised by that. I would have thought Dan Quinn to be number 4 in that list.
Yeah, I would definitely say. If I go in my hierarchy, I'll give Sirianni 1. He's as far as what have you done for me lately, he's definitely got the best kind of credentials currently. But man, I gotta go Schottenheimer 2 in that division. Personally, I'm putting DQ 4 and Harbaugh 3. But yeah, I feel like Schotty's.
I won't argue with that too much. But if Nick ain't number 1 on that, son, you're gonna have to go through me.
How crazy would it be if the number 1 coach on that list also gets fired after this season? That'd be pretty wild.
Honestly, could happen. being in Philly, you have a bad year, son. You go below. If they go below 500, I don't think he stays. If it's below 500, I don't think he stays.
You told me y'all are going 7.
Oh, that's what I feel. That's what I think. I said 13-4 for being honest, but that's me being humble. That's me
Shit,
being
we might
humble.
be going 17-0. We might.
15 and
I
2.
still don't think.
15
I
and
know
2.
y'all say we're gonna lose for like freaking 9 games, but I think we're going 17-0.
Yeah, that's a rough stretch. We ain't gonna go back in that, but that was a rough stretch y'all got.
You know what? We gotta circle back to that because I still feel very
That's a
confident.
rough 8-game stretch there, my friend. That is
It's
rough.
rough
Check out the
for
previous
anybody
episode about
else,
that.
sure. For the Dallas Cowboys and number 4, dude, we're set.
That if y'all come through that, I ain't trying to hash this out because we talked about it last episode. But if y'all go through that stretch, positive over 500, that's huge.
Oh,
That is a huge win.
I'm looking forward to the stretch personally.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely looking forward
Hey,
to the stretch.
making diamonds.
So yeah, if we can, like you said, we go positive in that stretch, that's a win-win. But I think we
Mm-hmm.
go undefeated in that stretch. So we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what
Mm-hmm.
happens.
Sure.
Pete, football. Always love talking football. But
Mm-hmm.
another crazy event started
Talk to me.
yesterday.
Talk to
Something
me
in our
about it.
both of our background.
Yes,
French
sir.
Open, Roland Garros down
Yes, sir.
on the clay in good old Paris.
The red
Uh,
clay.
gotta love the clay. I actually hate the clay. I'm getting,
I love it. I love it more than
that
ever these days.
slow game.
More than ever.
Jeez.
Talk to me about it, Montana.
You been catching any of it? You see anything going on in the French, bud?
I will say I've caught some highlights. I will say, Montana, I have a hard time these days, and I have no excuse, but I have a hard time on catching the matches live these days. I will say
Good
that.
stuff.
But I do keep up with it. I got the draw pulled up here, Montana. I've been trying to keep up with it.
Nice.
I know you might talk about it here in a second, so I want to jump the gun on you, but I know about my boy Carlos. For y'all that don't know, I've been the biggest Rafa fan since my early days of tennis.
Yeah,
Rafa was always that dude for me, and now Carlos growing up. Didn't he play in Nadal's academy? I think growing up. I don't know if he's from Mallorca, Spain as well, but he is a Spaniard.
Probably close.
He's not lefty like Nadal, but he and he's not as heavy on that Western grip top spin. He does pull it out. I think don't he do a little Western grip? But yeah, I know he's got his little wrist injury going on, and he's withdrawn. I didn't know he already withdrawn from Wimbledon too.
Wait, did he really?
Yeah, I saw that when I was looking it up before today. He's withdrawn from Wimbledon too.
Honestly, I didn't hear that. I thought he was going to be coming back for Wimbledon. That was the last upcheck.
Now I might be wrong, but whenever I was looking at the news stuff, I think they did say he's planning on, or he has already withdrawn from Wimbledon.
Dude,
but we'll have to check on that.
That's
but yeah,
I mean, I know someone who loves to hear that. Yannick Sinner.
Well, dude, that guy is something else right now. Now, obviously, Rodgers the GOAT. We know that, and his career's already done, and he's done so much. Sinner, though, Yannick, that guy is he's a machine. He is
honestly a machine. Like,
he is a machine.
Created in a lab to just rip tennis balls.
Yeah, he's another all around player. Every player we've seen so far, Roger obviously is number one. I feel like no doubt. He's just the all around game. Nadal pushed him though. Nadal pushed him. And then I'm going on a sidetrack right now in Montana. I know this, but Djokovic was that dude for that. What year was it when he just started the year like 60 and 70? Like just didn't drop a game.
When he went full, changed his diet and everything.
Yeah, changed it. Didn't drop a match, I think. It didn't drop a match for like over halfway through the year. And that might have been the best stretch of tennis we've seen, to be honest.
I think 42, 47 games?
Well, at least. I want to think he hit 50 or 60. But anyways, beside the point, besides the numbers, that might have been the best stretch of tennis we've seen. But Djokovic has his injuries, has his mental thing sometimes. But he's always been up there in the Mount Rushmore maybe as well. But Yannick Sinner is that dude, I think.
He's making a claim.
Alcaraz, I love him, and he's right there with him, I think. But there's an obvious gap, I think, between Sinner and Alcaraz. In my opinion, not watching every single game, I think there's an obvious gap. Fair. Was it Alexander Zverev, the German guy, that said it's Sinner, Alcaraz, me, and then everybody else? And was it like the next tournament he got swept 6-0, 6-0, or not 6-0, 6-0, but I think he just dropped straight sets like the number 70th guy or something.
It was like 6-0, 6-2 or something bad.
Yeah, it was not, but and the guy was like maybe I don't even know if the guy was top 50. I can't remember. It was down on the list. You know what I mean? So I was like, hey, it's hard to back up those words, ain't it? So, but Zverev, I ain't never been a big fan of him. I don't know why, but Zverev ain't never.
I did not like him when he first came on. Over the last few years, I tried to
Sure.
Yeah, he's really got I feel like he wants to be a good guy, but yeah, I'm on the fence. I like his game every now and then. Yeah, Sinner is truly leaps and bounds above everybody
For
else.
real.
Carlos Alcaraz athletically is a freak, and he hits a fantastic ball as well, and can does a lot of crazy things with the ball. But yeah, I still feel like Sinner is
Can I
just
go off script and ask you a
unbelievable.
question, Montana? Talking about this.
Let's hear it.
A tennis question for you, because I need to know this, because I'll be honest with you, I've been out of the tennis game for a little bit since I haven't played as much lately. Who are some of the guys that were young cats at the time during the big three of Nadal, Djokovic, Federer? They were young cats at the time, but now with Nadal and Roger retired and Djokovic, he's not retired yet, but he's getting there, and he's been playing well. He's been playing well. But who are some of these young guys that at the time got forgotten about because the big three were so dominant that are now starting to rise up? I think Zverev could be one of these guys.
So Zverev, I would say, is definitely one of them for sure. I hate to say this, but a lot of those guys who were like kind of getting stalled because of the big three,
The career's just gone, right? They just went and came and went. They couldn't. Yeah.
So think about like Medvedev. He's still maybe top 20 something.
Daniel Medvedev. I saw his name out here. He's in the tournament still, right? I saw his name on the list.
You go back to like Tsitsipas, used to be a top competitor, but he's like maybe top 100 now. He's fallen off.
I see Francis Tiafoe won his game, the American, but he's kind of a resurgence, right, in his game a little bit.
A little bit. I feel like he's so hit or miss. Like one day he'll play fantastic, next day he'll lose to like 300 player in the world.
What about this Andrei Rublev? I remember his name for a while.
So
Rudd, R-U-U-D. I remember that guy's name for a bit, right?
I hate Rudd.
Yeah.
Rublev, I like. Rublev's been playing pretty good recently for sure. So he's kind of on that list. Let's see who else is like.
I got another name I was going to mention is Pablo Correa Busta. He was a good player coming up, right? But he got forgotten about. But I don't know how good he's been lately.
Yeah,
I don't see he's ranked right now. But he upset the number 12 guy in the first round. It looks like straight sets.
Are you want to hear my favorite upset? And this is terrible as an American, but my favorite first round match.
Who was it?
Taylor Fritz losing in the first round to Bazavaredi, I think. My goodness, I can't stand Taylor Fritz, dude. I don't know what it is.
He's a big League of Legends player.
Who, Taylor Fritz?
Yes, sir.
No, he's not.
Not to get sidetracked again, but Taylor Fritz, he showed up to the LCS finals before. He talks about how he streams LCS sometimes. He says it's a great game for him in the sense where he can do his training, put in his work for tennis, but after all the work day's done, he likes to just unwind, play some rank. They're hovering around gold elo, Montana. You might find him in one of your games.
I would smack for good Taylor Fritz.
I think he plays top lane, but I don't know what role. But anyways, but yeah, Taylor Fritz. Now Ben Shelton's that dude, right? Is Ben Shelton that dude? Big server?
Playing well. I thought he was going to be this like 15 minutes of fame. I got a big serve and I got a good personality, but he's actually he's working on his ground strokes.
He's number 5 in the tournament right now.
Ooh, I didn't realize that. I think that's pretty.
Is Roddick still the better server between the two for sure?
Oh, easily.
Come on.
You're gonna never replace American firepower.
Dude, that guy was that was a beast. Remember that poster we had back in the day, Montana? That was a sick poster.
Oh yeah. I was like classic.
Yes, sir.
Another big American who not a big American, but he's like kind of on the back end, but make a good run. I gotta shout him out as a local Greenville guy, Tommy Paul.
Greenville? He's from NC native?
Yeah, he's from Greenville, bro.
What's up?
In school, he was here. He was
really?
like
very cool.
Younger than us.
I did not know that. I've heard the name. I knew his name, of course, but I did not know he was NC native, let alone Greenville.
Bro, the course, River Birch, the course we played on, bro, right over there, man. That's where he came up.
That's crazy. We played on the same courts he played on, same courts Michael Jordan played basketball on back in Wilmington. We were out there doing that. We've fallen into footsteps, honestly.
Exactly. Yeah. So
that's what's up.
He's been playing pretty well lately. Honestly,
that's what's up.
I feel like he's like matured over the last year or two. He's been playing pretty solid. But yeah, I feel like there's not a lot of guys who were able to kind of keep it up from those big three, man.
What about I see another name I recognize here on the draw. Denis Shapovalov, the Canadian.
Shapovalov, I'm worried I'll probably say it wrong.
I trust you on it more than me.
Yeah, one-handed lefty.
Yeah.
I feel like he keeps getting dealing with injuries, if I'm being honest. I think I'm not 100% sure. He had a really good game for a while, but I feel like it was supposed to be him and then Felix, the other Canadian. And Felix has been playing pretty good recently, I believe.
Has he got the AUG last name? How you say? He was smooth.
Yeah, so those are the two young Canadian boys back right after Rainic.
Milos Raonic, yeah, that was a
Milos.
that guy was a serving volley beast,
Dude,
Montana. I do
honestly,
remember that guy.
with
I
the
tried to model
sleeve.
my game after that guy, but I wasn't 6'10", you know what I mean? That guy was a monster coming to the net, son. Soft hands, soft volleys. It was, now, Montana, one name I don't see on this list, and it's kind of making me sad because I remember this now. I didn't think about it till we started talking about tennis. How's my boy Kei Nishikori doing? Is he still around? Is he retired? Don't tell me he's gone.
He's not gone, but he
He was
ain't
a Kei Nishikori. That guy
doing
was a
well.
oh man, Nishikori, if you out there, you were, hey, I like that guy, dude. That was a good little guy to watch.
I think I think he's on the tour. Let me see.
Yeah, yeah.
He's probably like top 300.
Oh,
Yeah, I ain't seen him in any main draws in a while.
I just missed this. Wawrinka lost in the first round. That
Wow.
guy must be washed. That was another guy that got overshadowed by Roger Federer. Same
So
country too.
sad part, yeah, that's true. He did get kind of overlooked. Sad part, he was supposed to play Arthur Fields, who's a beast, young
Uh-huh.
French guy. The Fields had to pull out because of an injury. Wawa got to play a qualifier in the
Uh-huh.
first round. You would have thought he had a chance. This is just like a
Uh-huh.
farewell tour run. And
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
man, he
got to be.
freaking gets wrecked.
Did he get the Venus Williams treatment where he didn't really qualify for a tournament? They gave it to, you know what I mean, the little celebrity wild card type thing to get some draws.
Exactly.
God,
Exactly.
I remember watching Wawrinka play live in Arthur. Not, well, I don't think it was in Arthur Ashe Stadium, but it was in the U.S. Open on one of the other courts, 2 or 3. And I remember
Mm-hmm.
watching his match, and he's a beast. That dude was a
Just
beast,
a solid tank, man. Like the
like a
dude
little
is
Wolverine. Yeah,
built. Yeah.
he was a beast.
Nah,
Anyways, yeah,
everybody respects good old Wawa. Or
yeah,
we're talking about these old guys.
yeah, yeah.
We've got the changing of the guard, kind of, but
Uh huh.
there's still one guy in the way. We brought him up, Novak Djokovic.
Uh huh.
He's got 24. One time for Kobe, he even wore the Kobe tribute when he
Oh, did
got
he?
it. Does he do it? Does he get 25? I want him to get 25 so bad. I love Novak. I was always a Murray guy, but Novak was like my number 2,
Oh,
1B.
excuse me. The I'll say it this way in the song lyric, and I can't remember. I don't listen to country music on tennis. I don't know who said it. Someone else can correct me or trash me about this, but I can't remember who said it. But I remember the lyric. I'm not as good as I once was,
Ooh,
but I'm as
that was
good
a good one.
once as
As
I've
I
ever
ever was.
been. And Novak Djokovic might could be as good once as he's ever been one more time. Because hey,
Dude,
he does it, don't he? He was in the finals of
he
the Australian. Was he in the finals of Australian Open, Montana? Did he
was
get
it.
that far?
I'll say it
Or
was it last
US Open?
year?
I think, but
He,
anyways,
I know he's come close.
yeah. He's been now. Sinner's got his number, I think. Now I think when I've seen them go, I think Sinner just worked that old man something. God, but yeah, Novak, he could do it. He could do it once.
If the stars would align, actually, I gotta check and see if Novak and Sinner are
There
on the
was
same
some.
side.
Okay. There was a finals that he was in somewhat recently, but
If they're on opposite sides, I give Novak a very good chance. Because Sinner's like the only one I feel like who's got his number, even against someone like against Alcaraz. I feel like Novak can lock
Novak's
in and break him
number no,
down.
sorry, Novak's number 3 seed if that helps you out, and Sinner's number 1 seed. I got the thing pulled up. I think they are on the same side. Is that right? No, 1 and 4 should be on the same side. 2 and 3 on the same side.
That's what it should be. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So
nice.
they should be opposite. But
Who's
anyways, yeah.
2? Is Zverev 2?
Zverev is 2 on this list
Gosh.
right here that I'm looking at on the draw.
Gosh, that's fair.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That makes a little bit of sense. Yeah, man, I would love for my guy Novak to bring one more home.
Your Canadian Felix is number 4 seed.
Dang, I didn't realize he was rating that high. Let's go, Arthur.
Ben Shelton, number 5.
I'm sorry,
Ben Shelton, number 5.
American top 5.
America, top 5.
Baby.
Well,
America, baby.
Carlos ain't here. All right, Carlos ain't here. So a little asterisk on it.
I was like, Ben Shelton was a football player at one point.
Oh, really?
Played for somewhere in Florida, I think. Played college football.
Oh, I did not know that.
I feel like, yeah.
That's surprising, actually, right?
A little bit lefty.
Playing college football when you're a tennis player this good, you would think he'd been on tour or going full tennis at that point.
That's kind of fair. Or let's see, because he's a lefty and he played quarterback.
Okay.
Which makes some sense.
That's neat. Yeah. I know he's still of a young cat, but from the best I've seen of his career so far, he falls into one of those categories of guys that maybe mentally hasn't been able to stay mentally on top of his game the entire time, playing at that level that he can play at. Sometimes often falter, but it seems like this past year, maybe 2 years, he's really dialed in, locked in, and climbed the rankings.
I think that's kind of like, so I think he's just maturing quite a bit because he's still a young cat. He's still very, very young. Yeah, I totally lied. He did not play college football at Florida. He did play, obviously played for the University of Florida tennis, but he did not play college football, only in like
Okay.
high school and stuff. But
Okay. I said that would be very surprising if he was able to do both at the
yeah,
collegiate level.
fair call there. Fair, very fair. Had to shift to tennis to avoid injuries.
Hey, that's what we all
Fair
did,
enough.
ain't it?
Fair
That's what
enough.
we all did. And I
Also,
tore
but
my
man,
ACL doing that. But still,
dude,
yeah.
as big as that guy serves though, and like my guy
Uh-huh.
might have been like the left-handed Josh Allen.
Yeah, that
Uh,
would have been sick.
I was like, that
He's
was
got a big
good.
frame too.
Yeah, he's got a very, very solid frame for sure.
Yes, sir.
I
Well,
was,
yeah. Go ahead, Montana.
I was gonna say, we're talking a lot about the guys, so we got to talk about the ladies of the game. Definitely got to bring
Talk
up
to
the
me.
ladies of the game.
Yes, sir.
Sabalenka, she's just scary, man. I wouldn't want to play her. But Iga Swiatek, she's a clay court beast. She's won this tournament multiple times. She's been looking like she's in pretty good form. Rybakina, I'm a fan of her more than I am Sabalenka, to
Okay.
be honest. Do you have a favorite on the women's side?
So I'll be honest with you, Montana. I was talking to you a little bit about this beforehand. All my women out there, listeners, I apologize. I've not been keeping up with the women's tour as much as I should have. I will
No.
say I got one girl on the list right here on the draw that I would like to see her do well. But again, it's been so long since I haven't watched it. I'm sure she's on the back end of her career now.
Okay.
Naomi Osaka. How's she doing,
Oh,
Montana? That was my girl. That was my
I was
girl.
hoping you would say her. Like, so yeah, I
Yep.
would see Osaka like have another good run because like she's got the talent for sure.
Right.
Like you said, it was someone earlier. She's got a lot going on, and Easter and everyone's dealing with what they're dealing with. But yeah, I feel like just
Sure.
trying to keep everything mentally on the right path has been the trouble for her. But she's been playing well. She's still a top. She's back to like a top 20 player. She had an all black party, Pete. That was a big thing. You see that?
No, I did not.
She hosted a party for the black players at the French Open, and it was a big deal. People were getting a little upset.
People got to get upset about something, don't they, Montana?
What do
They
you
can't.
mean?
They can't help themselves, Montana, can they? Jesus Christ. Let's not go down that route too much, Montana, but I can believe it. I did not know about that,
I
but I
bring it
can
up.
believe the response was probably like you just said, Montana. But that's awesome, though. That is a shout out. How did that event go, Montana? Did you watch some? Was it pretty cool?
Like a good time. I saw a photo from it. Like
Yeah.
all the usuals, the suspects you would expect were there. So
Okay. Why did I say suspects, Montana?
see why you take it to that.
Let's edit this out. Why did I say that? Montana, edit back in. Cut back in. No, another name I see on here, not to shift gears since I'm a little bit embarrassed at this point. My girl is it Emily Raducanu from Great Britain. She lost 6-0, 7-6 first round. Is she on the tail end of her career? She was
yeah, she's falling off.
God, she was that girl for a bit, won't she? Won't she like a hype I don't know if she ever got top 5, but won't she a big prospect?
So she was supposed to like be like the next big thing, like based on all these analytics and like previous matches won the year before and all this. She was supposed to like pop off, and like she'll have a few spurts, but nah.
Now, not to keep getting sidetracked, Montana. Maria Sharapova, of course, back in the day when we were watching growing up and stuff. Beautiful woman. Did some modeling, I think, but also played at the top of the game.
Absolutely.
Is it a little bit of a trap that some of these beautiful tennis players on the women's side sometimes might get a little bit better deals in the modeling world and don't have to because the ATP is a grind for people that don't know out there. We need to let the people know, anybody listening that care about this. The ATP. It's hard to make a living on ATP being a professional tennis player if you're outside. Even like the number 100 guy, he's probably trying. You got to pay for the plane tickets, the housing, your team, your nutritionist.
If you afford coaching.
You gotta pay to get there. You gotta pay for that lifestyle. And sometimes the winnings on these tournaments, when you get to a big tournament and you lose first round, and you got to go to another big tournament to pay, it's hard to make that money.
You just went to a tournament just to pay so you can attend the tournament.
Right. Just to break even, to break even. So you're not really making a huge living by it. I mean, of course, I don't think they're going to go broke, but you're not living that lifestyle you hope to be living. So my question is,
you're not running private jets and all this everywhere.
Do some of these young tennis girls, I feel like Jeannie Bouchard, I was thinking about earlier, she might have been one of these. They get a little bit better money and more consistent money without as much, cost input on this modeling stuff than they have to do on the tennis side. Is that true, Montana? Am I mistaken, maybe?
I'm not gonna say this happens to all of them, but I mean it makes sense. I mean, you tell me I don't have to go and bust my tail for 10 hours a day, and instead I can just look pretty and make.
I mean, I got offers back in my day
all year for grinding all year. I can make in 2 photo shoots. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say I got my offers back in my day when my early 20s, about 10. I thought about it, I was like, no, I committed to the sport, you know what I mean?
Gotta
But
respect the game.
I
Gotta
had my
respect the game.
chances. Looking back, I should have took it.
God,
Yeah.
my
So
feet picks go far, man.
there's one other girl, but I ain't gonna sidetrack here. But there's another girl that I'm thinking of that I do remember seeing a blonde chick from Europe, but I can't remember her name. But I feel like she stopped tennis completely. But we'll talk about it later, Montana. I'll
If you
bring it back up.
remember, bring it up for sure. I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
do that at all, to be
Oh,
honest.
what about our girl Taylor Townsend? I see this name against Coco
Uh,
Gauff, first round. They put American on American first round.
You know the French gonna do us like that. If you look at the men's draw, there's like 5 matches of Americans versus Americans. Those French knew exactly what they were doing. They trying to get us out of there. Man, I hate it for Taylor Townsend. Like
Camilla Giorgi, Montana, by the way, not to get sidetracked. Camilla Giorgi, Camilla Giorgi.
Ooh, no, I remember that one.
Italian name. I don't know how up in the rankings she got, Montana. That's the girl I'm thinking of. God, I've been thinking about that one,
That one
Montana.
brings you back.
Yes, sir. But
No.
anyways, let's not get sidetracked. But that's the girl I was thinking of. But yeah, Taylor Townsend versus Coco Gauff first round. Are they both kind of Coco Gauff number 4 seed? I see. So
Yeah, I
she's been
mean,
doing her thing still, right?
Coco's a beast, man, and yeah, I
Okay,
hate.
good.
I like Taylor Townsend. She's more of a doubles player, right? But yeah, she has no chance
Yeah.
against Coco. Yeah,
No.
if I'm gonna get sidetracked here, 2 years ago, almost to
Mhm.
the date when this is when we got to see Coco. Me and Colleen saw Coco playing at the French Open.
Really?
Who she be? She smoked somebody. But yeah, I'll say.
That's
But yeah,
cool.
Coco's gonna take that home easily. Like that's 2 sets,
Yeah.
just over an hour.
I I saw I think it was Coco Gauff. How old is Coco Gauff, Montana? I want
Maybe
to make sure I'm not
24.
thinking of somebody else because I've already been wrong with this one podcast one time. I can't do this again. No, it wouldn't have been Coco off. Who am I thinking of? Was there a Sloane Stevens, Montana, that was
Yeah.
up and coming? It's coming to my name.
Oh yeah.
I think Sloane Stevens, when she was like 16, 17, 18 coming up, she played Serena Williams in the U.S. Open, and that was at the U.S. Open that I went to. So no, I didn't see Coco Gauff. I watched Sloane
Oh.
Stevens versus Serena Williams that
So
match.
Sloane's supposed to be that girl. Like she was supposed to
She
be
had,
like what
yep, yep.
Coco was right now. Yeah.
But Coco's legit though. Coco is
Coco
legit.
is, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Sloane had
Coco's
her 15
legit.
minutes too. Yeah. Coco is
Yeah,
it. She's only
yes.
22 years old too, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that's why I just looked at saw she was 20. I was like, yeah, there ain't no way she was at that U.S. Open I
If I
went to.
remember right, I think Sloane Stevens actually lost first round of the tournament.
Gosh, gosh. Well, anyways, like I said, I don't know enough of the women's players, Montana, to keep up with you on this, to be honest with you. But I like to see that there's still some names out there that I remember seeing. I will say, unfortunately, I don't know much about the Sabalenka girl, but she is number 1 seed. It sounds like she's a beast.
She's a monster, dude. Pete, like
Oh, I'm looking at her right now. She looks like a machine, Montana.
she is a machine, buddy. Like
Belarus.
she
From
making her money
Belarus.
in tennis because she ain't getting many model deals. You know what I'm saying? But she making
I
the
wasn't
money.
gonna say that. I wasn't gonna say that. That's what you said,
I'm
not
kidding.
me.
She's actually she's a pretty girl. Rena, you are every girl deserves to go to a ball. You know what I mean?
Take this out of after Montana, but she looks like just determined. Like, I'm here to play tennis. I am here to win the
You should
match.
go listen to an interview because that's almost exactly how she talks.
That's what I'm just looking at her and see that she's from Belarus, and I'm putting a lot of assumptions here, Montana. You know that where that gets you, all right. But
Hey,
she looks like she's built and born and bred to be the world number one,
you
son.
hit it pretty much dead on the head. I'll be honest.
That's what it looks like. I ain't never seen her play once, talked to once. I didn't even know who she was till this, Montana.
Oh,
All right,
raw
word.
firepower. Like
She looks like a bit like that. Looks like an intimidating girl to play tennis against on the other side of the net. All right, word.
As a
word.
man, I wouldn't want to play against her, so I couldn't imagine just being a
Yeah.
lady having to play against her. She's intimidated, man. Very, very intimidating.
Word.
And like she's good. Like that's the thing. She used to like be kind of like mentally not there. She could totally easily break down mentally, but
Yeah.
she's even like mostly conquered that demon. Like she's got her mental game locked in. Her physical.
Has she held the world number 1 for a long time, Montana? I see that she's 28 years old. Has she kind of held down that spot for a little bit now?
Yeah. So Iga Swiatek had like the crazy run with it, but it's pretty much since Iga lost it to Sabalenka,
she's held it down.
I think maybe Coco had a little run in there for a few weeks, but
yeah, she's held it down.
Pretty much been the number 1 woman in the world.
Okay. A word.
I was like, but yeah, one more thing with the French Open.
Okay.
And I kind of put it like that, like one more thing, one last run. I got Monfils.
Monfils the beast, son.
Yeah. So this is his retirement tour, man. Like he's a Frenchman. This is his last French Open, more than likely. This is like D Rose freaking last game in Chicago. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? How do you feel about Gael Monfils? Not even like on his
He
game. Like no one really thinks he's gonna win it, but like
well,
as a
gotta
career,
gotta be one of the top 3, top 5 most entertaining tennis players to ever play the game,
easily,
honestly.
easily.
He's I can't name the upsets right now, but I know for a fact he's upset the big 3 on random
Yep.
occasions and random tournaments and stuff. I mean,
Oh
of course,
yeah,
the big 3 were not invincible per se, but Monfils had his fair share of wins against those big 3 that we named earlier. I
sure.
wish he would have got a Grand Slam win. He never got a slam win, did he, Montana? I don't think he
Nah.
did. He make it to a finals before Montana? I can't remember. I know he's definitely been in the semis. I feel
I know
like.
he's made some semis. I feel like he's had to make it. I don't, not that I can
I
think
don't.
of.
I feel like he's had some good French Open runs. He's a Frenchman himself, isn't he?
Yep.
But I feel like he has a good French Open run before in my memory when we were younger. One of the most exciting guys to play tennis or watch to play tennis. There's one other guy that I'm kind of comparing him to in my head right now, and I can't think about his name. I want to think he's an American, maybe, but he's got long dreads, like really
Derek
long.
Brown.
Derek Brown. Is he American? Okay. They kind of reminded me of each other. Monfils is that original
If he's not American, he
OG.
might be like Jamaican, to be honest. But yeah,
Yeah, okay, but I couldn't remember exactly, but I remember the hair, of course. But yeah,
all right.
Monfils is a beast. One of my most favorite players growing up watching. I think me and you both, Montana, tried to model our high school game a little bit after some Monfils.
Just jumping up and just trying to spike freaking slam dunk
Boom.
overheads.
There was some, yeah, just jumping. We were always taught, I don't know how you do your teaching in Montana, but we were always taught feet on the ground for the volleys,
Right.
right? Drive it from the ground, strong base.
Exactly.
Monfils was airborne, son. It didn't even matter. I've seen him hit volleys that were chest high, shoulder high. That man went airborne. He was hitting swinging volleys, Montana. It would have been a normal shoulder volley.
And
This
it's just like,
man
nah.
jumped up swinging volley at the hip, Montana, at the hip. Boom. And that
My
was
man would do it 360 jump and swing
for no
volley
reason. For
for
no
no
reason.
reason.
He didn't have to do it.
This
There's
wins the
no yeah. I've been out of the game for a while. There's no athletic motion, right, Montana, or movement that requires you to do a 360 at the net volley. But he did it. You know who he did it for, Montana? He did it for us, for the
for
fans,
for
for
the
the people,
people,
for
for
the
the
people.
people.
And for that,
No,
Monfils, we thank you. We thank you for giving us those moments.
we appreciate every time you step on that
Hmm.
court. We look forward to seeing every time you step on the court for the rest of this year and for the French Open. You are truly
Absolutely.
a player of the people, and you will be missed, man. Like, golly, yeah,
Absolutely. That guy, yeah, that
absolutely.
guy's a legend right there. That guy's a
Monfils
legend.
is truly a living legend, man. Truly a living
Yeah,
legend. Like,
I honestly did like. Yeah, we talked about. I said I was an adult fan. There's a few other people that are on my list of guys I always like to watch. Monfils was one of those dudes.
yeah, absolutely.
Monfils was one
Like,
of those
listen,
dudes.
every time he came on the court, he was out there for the people, for the fans. You know, like tennis player and an entertainer. Absolutely loved him. Absolutely loved him. But yeah.
Yes, sir.
What's my man's? His wife has been playing really good. I can't think of her name right now. I really could probably think of almost any other
Who?
time. Monfils' wife. Yeah, so
Oh,
his
she
wife is
plays
like a
tennis. I don't
top.
know about this. She's a.
Oh, he got married. What? Because back in the day, Monfils used to be like a little player boy. He was
Let's
talking
see
to
that.
all the ladies on the tour. But now he got married to a lady
I
on the
mean, come
tour
on.
like a few years ago.
Elena Svitolina. Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
beautiful lady,
Hey,
man. And yeah, like
shout out to Gal Monfils doing a cute girl
right,
right there. Yeah,
right.
good. Hey, Monfils doing that thing, son. All
He
right.
he he
Hey, hey,
he a
respect.
smart
Honestly,
man.
respect to that man for real.
So
What
yeah, no, truly,
is my
he definitely will be missed.
not to sidetrack again with that is Monfils in your top? Let's say top 5 tennis players all time. Top 5 all time, and let's just say men play. We ain't got to go.
Are are you talking about like favorites or like
No,
talent?
no, we ain't no favorites. Favorites. We ain't talking about like
Favorites.
the top 5 of all time in terms of championships. And all
Ooh.
this. Just top 5 all time to watch. And of course, the older heads and stuff we didn't get to watch too many of them, of course.
Fair.
But just top 5 real quick without thinking, or top 3 if you want to go top 3 without thinking.
All right, I will probably put him top 5. All right, I'm gonna give you my top 5 favorites
Uh huh. Uh
right
huh.
here. Of course, I'm gonna start with Murray. Murray's my boy.
I remember
Have
that.
to start with Murray.
Yep. Yep.
Gotta go Kyrgios. You know I love
My
Kyrgios.
God,
Old
he's in my.
Nick.
He might be number 1. I ain't gonna
That's
lie,
my
but
guy. Low key,
when
as
he's
far as
locked
entertainment,
in,
he might be my number one.
when he's locked in, oh my gosh.
One of the most talented players ever. Old school, gotta go Andy Roddick. I
Yes,
say.
sir. Yes, sir.
Used to love watching Andy. Fantastic player and also entertaining.
Yes, sir.
Monfils.
Monfils
Monfils
the
is up
beast.
there
Yep.
inside my top 5. I do love he's just always a fun time to watch. And then that's tough, man. Like there's so many other players I would love to put in that top 5. as far as favorite players, I do love Novak. Honestly, Novak is truly one of my favorites. Sitting right there, yeah, I'd probably go Novak. That's probably my top 5 right there. Nick, Murray, Novak, Monfils,
So
Rod. Yeah.
So
That's
I'll
probably
tell you mine real quick, and this ain't much thought into. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna leave out the big three. I ain't gonna say
okay.
Nadal, Federer, because those I thought those are obvious. The game is so talented. I respect it. You got to watch them, right?
Fair enough.
It's
Fair
just,
enough.
but in terms of
So,
just,
all right, before you go on,
yes sir, yes sir.
I'm only gonna be upset because everybody keeps saying the big 3. It was the big 4 guys are going. Andy Murray was a respectable talent.
All right. Murray was legit. I give you Murray was legit, but
Dude,
he had some injuries. I think that held him back a lot of times, right? Didn't he get hurt a lot, or not a lot? But he had some bad. Yeah, the hip is what the one that comes to mind.
Yeah.
All right, so I ain't gonna say the name the big 4, but all the time I had just coming, top 5. Andy Roddick was one of my boys growing up. I'll say Andy Roddick, but Kyrgios got to be, I think, number 1. Coming out in a straight NBA jersey sometimes,
right?
Backwards hat, no movement, 100+ mile an hour forehands. I mean, that guy was a talent. It was all between the ears of that fella. I mean, that guy was a beast.
So true.
So those two probably there. I'm gonna hit you with some unique name. Gael Monfils. We're talking about Monfils, so he's in my top 5. I'll give him number 3. My last 2 guys here might surprise you in Montana.
Okay.
Ivo Karlovic. I would turn
Big Evo?
I would turn the tennis channel on to watch Big Ivo Karlovic.
Just serving straight down.
Straight down into the court. Straight down into the court. And that man, I have it here, 6'11". All right. That man, when I remember seeing this, I heard an announcer say, when Evo plays, now he might not have been the best returner, because if he was, by God, he might have been number 1 all time.
He had ground strokes. Could you imagine?
If the rally went more than 4 shots, Evo probably lost it. All right. But that man, and I ain't gonna lie, I might go do something else during the returning game, but when that game was serving, you heard 3 noises back to back to back. Just boom. The noise off the racket, the noise off the court, noise of the ball hitting the fence and the backboard on the back. Just boom, boom, boom. Because that was a heater coming right down the line, son.
Straight gas. Gas.
I honestly I don't think he ever slice served. I don't think he ever kick served. I think that man dialed it down to 2 serves. He hit you up the tip. He hit you out wide flat, and you just 50-50 guess. And even if you guess it right, you might not see it. You might not see it.
Just aren't getting a ragging on it.
And then, God, that was I did turn the channel on or TV on to watch him serve. My last guy in Montana, and you might laugh at me about this, Mansour Bahrami, my boy. Do you remember that guy?
The freaking catch.
Oh, that guy is a trip, son. I love watching that guy play. Now, I will say I didn't watch too much of Mansour in his prime, in the younger day, but I would watch some of his, he's a good entertainer.
Some of the best hand-eye coordination I've ever seen in my life, that's for sure.
Oh, yes, sir.
I thought you had a little Mansour in you back in the day, man. I was like, you're pretty shifty.
Yes, sir.
I was like, a little catch it on the racket, no bounce, flip it over, drop it right in the pocket. Well, you're pretty smooth like that, Pete.
I was a showman on the court back in my day, Montana. I think we all know that.
I'll say I actually haven't seen him in any exhibitions recently. I hope he's still walking around and kicking it.
Yes, sir.
Pete, yeah, so French Open is going on. Always nice to talk a little tennis. Last couple things before we get out of here, buddy. Basketball, man. Knicks are playing tonight. They've been freaking, what do the kids say? BTA. I think that's what it is. BTA.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean.
Yeah, I still stand by the Spurs for my prediction last time, but the Knicks might upset that.
Do they get the sweep tonight in 4?
I think they do, right? I mean,
I would think it's hard not to say, even in Cleveland.
I don't think that matters. I think the Knicks been playing. I mean, I haven't been watching all the games like that, but I've been seeing the highlight stuff, and I think they're playing too strong. They're making me think they're probably going to beat the Spurs. I still think the Spurs are going to be upset OKC, or not upset, but win the OKC one. But the Knicks are looking like the team that's hot right now.
So here's my thing. Like, I think the Spurs probably do beat OKC in the long run. They're tied 2-2 right now. But if the Knicks win tonight, which I think they also are going to do, and then they get all that more time to break while the Spurs have to play at least 2 more games, man, like that's going to be a very well-rested Knicks team to play a very tired Spurs team. I don't know how deep the Knicks bench is. That's like the one thing that concerns me, teams that well. But yeah, I think the Knicks honestly could give the Spurs a good run for their money. Like, it's going to be tricky. If somehow OKC beats the Spurs, I'll take the Knicks in the finals, like straight up. Like,
yeah, if it's OKC versus the Knicks, yeah, I'll say Knicks for sure. But
Jalen Brunson's balling out. Cat freaking just doing just not being a big goof,
He
yeah,
is a
that
goof,
Knicks
ain't
team is
he?
a lot deeper than I
He
thought for
that's
sure.
goofy right there, son. That's goofy
What
right
do you
there.
mean? Like,
Don't you put that on that man's something else. I ain't gonna say it on stream. That is a goofball right there, Montana.
he's definitely a freaking goof troop.
Uh-huh.
Uh, but yeah, man, I felt like if the Knicks somehow play and they play OKC once again, Knicks beat OKC, but if they can play the Spurs the way they've been playing well while being well rested and can just like that's gonna be a good finals actually. It's gonna be a lot better than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
Um,
And and Wemby's pulling up from Steph Curry range.
I mean, I feel like that's like cheating though, Like, yes, he's pulling up from that range,
Uh,
but the distance is still significantly.
right. If we're talking about proportions, right?
I'll say Wemby still the best player in the league. You think Jalen? Or so I'll say this: best player in the playoffs right now.
Man, it's hard to say because I think I would at one point say Wemby's a creative player playing in the game, but he's not even that because I've tried to create a player like that in the NBA, and you can't get it like that, Montana. I don't know. He's just so gifted, talented. Like obviously he's put into work. Don't get me wrong. He's put into work to become. He ain't one of these guys that are just 7'5". Like I mean, Yao Ming he was a beast to tread to Yao Ming, but Yao Ming ain't handling the rock. He ain't playing
Yeah,
outside the perimeter. You know what I mean? Bol, same thing. Yeah, I mean that. I ain't gonna, that's disrespectful. I ain't gonna bring Bobo's name into this. That was disrespectful. But the point is, no man, there ain't no way he should be. But he's just God given talent like that. He's played well in terms of just the best pure basketball player, though. I mean, of course, he's got some competition. But it's
okay.
hard. It's hard not to say he's not the best player in the game when you're 7'6", Montana,
And
doing
you
what
have
he's doing.
all of those skills, man.
And you can't knock the guys that are, I say, short guys at 6'8", but you can't knock these guys, for not
That's
being that tall and having that a chance to be that good. But I mean, when you're 7'6", and what is his wingspan? Who knows, right? Who knows? But it's hard not to be that good,
all right. I
not
like
be the best.
as good as he is. And he's playing very solid. He's honestly been I feel like he's been talking a little bit and he sounds like kind of chippy. I don't know what has spurred this thing. Apparently he's got something with Chet Holmgren. Yeah, he's been like I
Oh
like his
yeah,
like demeanor lately to be honest. But Jalen Brunson, best player in the NBA playoffs right now.
you don't know the history with him and Chet?
Not fully, no.
It was not to go into too big a thing with it, but I don't know what year it was, but in their under 18 Olympics, France versus USA under 18 men's basketball Olympics, USA beat France in the finals by 3 points or so. I want to think the 77-74 was coming to my mind, but they beat them it was a very tough game, and it was one of them games where Wemby just put up monster stats again, and the USA was just a little bit too well rounded. I don't know for sure that Chet was yapping at him. I don't know that for sure, but just Chet being the tall guy too, they were matched up a lot.
Gotcha.
And you can see, you go back and watch it. Like Wemby was heartbroken losing that, man, because you're only 18 one time. You know what I mean? You're
I
only going to
recall
get
that.
that. You're only
Playing
going to
for
get
your
that.
country.
Yeah, you're only going to get that under 18 gold medal once.
Yeah.
And that was a big game. So he lost it. And like I said, I don't know nothing about Chet as a personality. I don't know if he talks some trash or if he's yapping and stuff. But it seems like Wemby is like marked Chet out, like, hey, that's
It's
my
like
rival now for
that's
beating me.
like weird,
Yeah,
like
because I think also Chet got the Olympic MVP or something like that. Like the not just the gold medal as a team, but he was like the MVP of the tournament. And it was
oh,
because he was just got this, but his stats compared to Wemby was not even close. Like Wemby still should have been MVP even though he lost, but you don't usually see an MVP on the losing team.
you're not
So
there.
I think
Dang.
there's a little bit of chip on the shoulder for old Wemby on
I feel
that.
bad for Chet because like if he just
Man,
had
yeah,
Wemby just angry at him for no reason the
for no
rest of his
reason.
career.
Oh, that's a bad look. Hey, yeah, poor guy. Yeah, he never had a chance. But
Are we
yeah,
going to San Antonio? Coach, I don't feel that good.
yeah. And Wemby's got that marked out too. Just comes up man possessed if he ain't already.
Absolutely.
So
All right, man. Last little thing. Speaking of foreigners, winning titles. Wemby didn't get a title, but you know what foreigner NBA player recently got a title?
who are you talking about, Montana?
Your man, Ben Simmons.
Oh, don't you
Reeling
fucking
them
with me.
in. Your man's a Wrangler now. Did you know that?
I'm glad that man's found happiness in life, Montana. I forgot about Ben Simmons, to be honest
Dude,
with you.
I kind of did too. I like
What a bum.
he is
What a
a
bum from
I
God.
don't want to say bust, but he is pretty darn close.
Now I don't know him as a personality or as a person. I ain't gonna say he's a bad human being, Montana, but that man, what was he
Jesus.
doing for Philly? That
Nah,
man
golf like
was
that thing.
you know what he looked like, Montana, whenever he was playing NBA basketball in Philadelphia? He looked like the Michael Jordan cast in Space Jam 1 when the monster he didn't what? He couldn't dribble the ball, Montana. What was he doing?
He was
God.
so scared, man.
He was
Apparently,
hyped
he's
up
very
too.
comfortable on a boat, which is
But
I
what you
don't
said,
know.
he
I
won a
guess
fishing title?
he did. He's like
I feel like I did see
he's a
something about that.
legit. He's on a professional fishing team,
I think I
and
did
they
see
won
something
a
about
like
that.
some title thing.
He's in England. It's like a circuit. They're going to different spots and fishing, and they want, yeah. He's on a little circuit. I do remember reading about this actually.
So yeah, dude, I'll say my man Ben Simmons
Hey,
he's found it. He's found it. You know,
glad he found
basketball wasn't
happiness.
quite it.
Yeah, I don't wish no bad things on nobody. I don't think Montana. So as bad as he was for Philly in basketball, and he went somewhere else after Philly, and I think he was still pretty
Maybe
trash.
Clipper, maybe Brooklyn.
The fact that we don't even know is enough, Montana. We don't even
That,
know.
that says a
But hey,
lot.
I'm glad he's doing something with his life and being good.
As long as he's happy, you know.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure he was never a bad guy, you know, just not a
No,
great basketball player. But that's
you
nothing
gotta
wrong
make
with that.
free throws. You gotta at least do that. Oh my God.
He got to make
Anyway,
2 open passes. That was pretty kind of fair. Kind
that's
of
right.
fair.
Hey, I don't know,
Let's say,
but
but
hey,
no,
I
but
did not know that. That's cool.
I was like, yeah, you know, he's out there somehow. Feet, a pleasure as always, man. I'll say
Absolutely,
that
absolutely.
we got some good sports combo in there, my guy. A
It was,
little bit of everything, really.
yeah, I
Just
like
saying.
talking tennis. That was a fun time going back down
Dude,
tennis.
truthfully, man, especially
Hmm.
with the grand slams coming through, I'll say,
Hmm.
I gotta stay up to date a little bit. Hopefully, some of the folks out there know a
That's
little bit
right.
of tennis as well, or if not, learning something about it. Sport of a lifetime, check it out. Sport of a
Yep,
lifetime. Try to go play some tennis.
that's right.
Man, that was a blast, buddy. Y'all say, folks, fam, that's the den. No credentials, just takes. Yeah,
Yep.
Montana here. EDG over there on the other side. We appreciate everybody out there rocking with us. ELE. Everybody love everybody. We'll catch you the next time.
Peace.
Peace.